Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but please clean your room, it's disgusting.
Says the guy who still has unpacked boxes on his floor.
Shut up! I'm trying to be pretentious. You're not creative. In the most strict sense of the term. Much in the same way you remix the leftovers in your fridge for today's lunch, a painting is just a remix of colors, a song is just a remix of sounds, a dystopian YA novel is just a remix of the same 3 plot points, a person is just a remix of organs. The materials are already there. You're not creating anything from scratch. The only person you can argue capable of that is maybe God. But you're still rearranging those materials into something unique. So being creative, in the end, is more about making novel connections between 2 or more ideas.
That makes being creative sound super generic, though. I thought creativity was just an art thing.
How the frick are you still alive?
Talking to a fake audience member doesn't seem like the most creative way of transitioning to the next talking point.
While creativity is often associated with art, it does not belong to art. Creativity is a strong, independent way of thinking that don't need no restricted subject matter. Have a cane but no opener? Use a hammer. Have a lock but no key? Use a hammer. Have a hangout sesh with the boys at 2 a.m.? Look for beans. The number of technical people that don't think they're creative just because they don't paint, while they simultaneously invent the most jank, unscalable, unfathomable, insufferable solutions for problems based on how JavaScript thinks that this is 22, this is 4, and that this is 222 is insane to me. Of course you wouldn't be creative in an area if you don't know anything about it. It's like if you saw your friend make the color purple, and you're like, ooh, I want to do that, but you didn't have any red paint, so you're stuck there with a bucket of blue thinking you're a failure for not being creative enough to manifest purple, when in reality you just need to go to Michael's and buy some red paint, you absolute freak! Listen, you took a concept and applied it in a way that no one else was stupid enough to. Congratulations, you're creative. Because creative does not equal good. You may be the only person I know who puts peanut butter on a hot dog, but that doesn't mean that the practice should spread. The creative process makes no guarantees about the results. Creativity is curiosity. What if questions are the basis for creative exploration. They help build your mental library of ideas, resources, and connections. They are the buying paint from Michael's of the mind.
Oh, hey.
Then, once you have the mental library constructed with convenient and metaphorical signs directing you to places that may or may not be necessary, you can use those connections in the post-exploration phase of creativity, construction. Sitting in front of a blank document, a sketch pad, an instrument, or whatever, and trying to apply what you know to make something new can be amazing, or excruciating, depending on your brain's cooperation. Sometimes your mind will see a stapler and go, spaceship. And other times it pulls out,
I've never met this man in my life.
But those moments of free-flowing epiphanies are exquisite. Whether that moment be for something artsy or because you used a folded square inch of paper towel to level out your nightstand because one leg was 2 millimeters too short, the feeling remains the same. When you create with intention, you often only have a general idea of what you want, and then you just try things. You see what works, what doesn't, you make iterations on your designs until you end up with something you're satisfied with. And I truly hope that you understand how universal these concepts are. If you don't feel creative, you may not have the mental library built up to branch ideas off of your starting point. Take a step back or try a different angle to help your brain connect to something you do know. Or you may not feel creative because you're not exploring ideas that are new to you. They've lost their novelty. But that doesn't mean it can't be fun doing something you've done before. The point is, even if you don't think so, you're probably more creative than you give yourself credit for. So, give yourself some grace and try making something.